Hi everyone. They brought back the rocket battles in July to release Suicune, so Giovanni's back, which means I'm back. So we're starting off with Sierra. We're doing things a little out of order this time, but starting off against Lapras. Lapras is a pain to deal with. Uh, it's Lapras is the bane of my existence in these battles, and now Sierra is leading it all the time, which is terrible. I had previously attempted a double Lapras team, and just was totally unable to do that. If you've got video of yourself doing Sierra's double Lapras team with only Great League Pokemon, please let me know. I would love to see someone pull that one off. But regardless, so you saw I started off with Lucario, did a couple of hits, and then switched into Probopass, who resists these Frost Breaths, and he's a fairly spammy Pokemon with Rock Slide, so he's a good candidate for this. Now, fortunately, I managed to time it just right to where she finally gets off the one charge attack. Unfortunately, it's a Skull Bash, which is going to make it even harder to kill. But it allows me to get off the one more Rock Slide, and then throw another couple of quick moves and switch to Poliwrath, and then he's going to start throwing his dynamic punches, and basically the goal here is don't let him get to another Skull Bash, dear Lord. Unfortunately, very low. Just needs one more dynamic punch to make that happen, and again, Skull Bash, very expensive move, and Frost Breath, not very high energy generating. So this should finish him, and then we're on to the second Pokemon, which is Sharpedo, which is the glass cannoniest glass cannon to ever glass cannon. As you can see, just totally one shot there. Gonna wait out the clock a little bit, and then here comes Lucario, throw the power-up punch, which again, a very weak move, but all I'm really trying to do is stall here, and then it powers up the counters so much, and you can see he's just going down so fast. He's the exact opposite of the Lapras battle to open. And then in the back here we have Shiftry, which you can see I've got the tiniest sliver of health, but managed to get to the Aura Sphere, which this is GG. Yeah. Shiftry also very frail, so the bulky Lapras in the front, the frail Sharpedo, and the Shiftry in the back, able to kind of weather the storm at the front and then clean up afterwards. So GG Sierra. Next we are moving on up to... Oh, yeah, that was when my storage was full, and I couldn't catch the Lapras. Anyway, this was Arlo. I had no idea what to expect with Arlo. I just went in with whatever team I had from the last time I battled him. Turns out he's using a Shadow Pineco, which is an interesting decision. Fortunately, this Blaziken, for some reason, I still have him with Fire Spin. I think I was messing around with that in Forest Cup. But allows me to kind of knock him down and then burn the shields with Blaze Kick, and that sets me up to be in a pretty good position moving forward. So, just going to go ahead and finish him off with Blaze Kick. I think I was trying to undercharge or something. Oh, yeah. No, I forgot that he had another shield, but anyway. So take out the Pineco. Next one up is Charizard, which don't really have anything I can do against him. That's where the Blast Burn comes in, just to do some damage even though it's resisted, just to help out a little bit. Another couple of Fire Spins, and then swapping to Swampert. Swampert with the Hydro Cannons, which are going to rapidly close things out here. Mudshot, Mudshot, Mudshot. Hydro Cannon. Yeah. So, and then in the back we end up having Salamence, which is really handy I was trying to go for the Sludge Wave there. That did not do anything. But it is a dragon tail variant, and I have a Azumarill in the back. Unfortunately, again, Sylph is killing me here. I had this one as a Play Rough Hydro Pump Azumarill for Sorceress Cup. Ice Beam would have been better. It's a cheaper move, and it's double super effective instead of just single super effective. But the main draw with Azumarill here is just the bulk and resisting the Dragon Claw. Okay, now the Dragon Tail. Now that's great that this is a Dragon or a Draco Meteor Salamence, because that means he's going to be doing even less damage as we go forward here. So throwing the Play Rough, and that's going to get him close. And so here we're just going to make sure that we can farm a little more. Swap out to the Blaziken. I think I was going to try and go for the Blast Burn there, but obviously just the one Dragon Tail just knocked him out. He's very frail, so even the debuff Dragon Tail does a lot. But fortunately, that just gave Azumarill the opportunity to charge up a little more, and we are all done. So, that was Arlo. That was my first attempt on Arlo. I had no idea what to expect from his team during this event, but obviously it worked out just fine. So next up we have Cliff. So Cliff leading off with Grimer. So obviously leading with Poliwrath. His mud shots are super effective, but just not doing a whole lot. So the better move here is then switching to Whiscash, get that couple of second stun after the switch, and then because Whiscash is a ground type, he's resisting these poison jabs, which is really important. So shield the Sludge Bomb, and then just farm, and throw the Mud Bomb, burn the shield. Basically, you know, if I manage to play this right, he'll come out of this matchup with lots of energy, a little bit of health, and having burned both of Cliff's shields here. So both of his shields are gone. One more poison jab in there, but this Mud Bomb should do a lot. Yeah, that's pretty hefty. So working on finishing. I think I thought about undercharging here like halfway through, and it just, yeah, no, that was not a good undercharge, but that's okay. So got some energy, and now it is Electivire, which this is, I would have preferred to have a little more health or a little more energy or both coming into this matchup, because even though Whiscash is a ground type, because of the way damage is calculated in Pokemon Go, it's a double resist as a ground type, but the water typing gives back one of the resists. So unfortunately, he's a single resist to this electric. Now the Wild Charge, that's very helpful because that debuffs his defense, meaning these Mud Bombs are going to do more damage than they were before. So this, this Whiscash doing work, man. But decide to save him for the end. Swap out, get another 2-second stagger, and then Poliwrath from the energy that he got at the beginning of the match, able to get to the Ice Punch, finish off the Electivire. And as usual, Cliff is rocking the Tyranitar in the back. So Poliwrath coming in with the Dynamic Punch, double super effective, plus the same type attack bonus. So overall, very good move to use in the situation. Was not going to make it to another Dynamic Punch, but might as well throw the Ice Punch just to get a little extra chip damage in. And so, yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot, but, you know, every little bit helps, right? Almost got another one. And then we're left with Lucario, totally healthy, and then you've got Whiscash, who's sitting there with, I think, a mud bomb ready to go. So waited out the clock, which was perfect, so that allows me to get the timing in. Unfortunately, tried to switch in, throw the mud bomb, that didn't work. But gives Lucario a chance to get to the Aura Sphere, which is absolutely, totally overkill at this point in the battle, but obviously works out just fine. GG Cliff, and that is it for the Rocket admins. So last but not least, we have Giovanni, who this time around is rocking the Shadow Suicune. As always, he's leading with his Persian, and Persian, despite being terrible in PvP in general, is actually a real pain to deal with when Giovanni is using it. So you can see here I'm leading with Probopass, basically for two reasons. One is so he can burn the one shield. Two is because he can just take the scratches, he double resists the normal type move, and just allow the Persian to build up a little bit of energy. The reason I want that to happen is because I want this Persian to throw a charge move before it knocks out Lucario. So he needs to have kind of a head start on energy to do that, because Lucario, even though he's resisting the scratches, he's just very, very frail. And as you can see, that just straight up did not work. So instead, he's throwing the charge move over at Probopass. So this is not the plan. This is not how anything is supposed to go. But fortunately, Lucario was able to deal a lot of damage to the Persian in the process, and was able to burn that second shield. So not ideal, but not the worst position in the world. Unfortunately, now you've got Probopass locked against a Dugtrio. Dugtrio double resists the Spark, he double resists the Thunderbolt, and also resists the Rock Slide. So just a really bad matchup for Probopass. Fortunately, not a lot of time left on the timer. Did have to throw the Rock Slide to stall the clock out, but now able to switch into Shiftry. And now we're in business. So the fast move here is Sucker Punch. Shiftry is a dark type, he resists that. And then obviously Dugtrio, just very, very frail Pokemon. So that worked out well. And then finally we get to the Suicune in the back. Now the Suicune is using Extra Sensory, which is the reason why Shiftry is just such a phenomenal choice for this match. Double resists the Psychic type move, and Extra Sensory is just a terrible move to begin with. And then this is obviously the Community Day move, the Bullet Seed, rocking with the Leaf Blade, so just dealing super effective damage. I also see the messages from my partner letting me know that my 6-month-old halfway across the country just sat up for the first time on her own. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Regardless, the switch timer came back up, so switch back out to Probopass, throw the Thunderbolt, deal a little bit more damage, and obviously this Suicune is very, very low. Tried to go for the Thunderbolt instead of the Rock Slide, but unfortunately got knocked out by the Extra Sensory. Still, Shiftry has the energy to come back in, throw one more Leaf Blade, and stick a fork in Giovanni. So, anyway, Rocket Research is back, kind of. It's a little bit different than it was before, but gave me the opportunity to, you know, get the Suicune this time. I actually realized during the Rocket event that, oh crap, if I want to get the frustration off of this thing, I need to catch this in the next hour. So I was really afraid that I was going to end up stuck in a really difficult battle with Giovanni. Turned out it wasn't too bad. Definitely not as hard as it was, say, in February. So, Shadow Suicune rescued. See you guys next time.